rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledged knowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make a bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who regarded, been using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be, what's good? It's the #1 Chief Rocket in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Yo, throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Scream. Yeah, man. I'm joined by my main man, Ron Cleveland, in the building. Cully, the Cully GOAT, was good.
Fresh people in the place to be.
After party was good.
Man. This is your captain speaking. Please put your seat in the upright position. Fasten your seatbelt. We're going through some turbulent weather. There's a hurricane on the coast, but hey, it's a hurricane with these Knicks right now, you know what I mean? And I ain't liking what I'm seeing, and I'm ready to air them out. You heard me?
Man. We going to look like we going to bring some energy to this joint, man. I got a whole bunch of energy, man. I had a crazy day. It's raining cats and dogs.
I feel you, man. Likewise, my way, man.
Jam on and bruh.
Wind blowing hard every now and then. I mean, it's like they're talking about tornadoes on the coast where I grew up at and stuff, man.
Boy.
I got to check in with Pops, man, tomorrow morning and stuff. Make sure they good.
Make sure they good, bro. Make sure they good. I ain't going nowhere though. You know what I did earlier?
Stock up.
I bought me 2 cans of salmon, so you know what I'm eating in the morning.
I hear you, man. Hey, I hear you.
I'm gonna get that pot of grits rumbling and cook me some salmon patties, some eggs.
Hey, you about to hurt yourself, boy. You about to hurt yourself. Matter of fact, you should put some shrimp up in that thing.
About 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be like,
yeah. That grits will put you to sleep.
Oh, wait, yo, the 2 things you don't put together is grits and recliners.
No.
You want to mess your day up? Put grits and a recliner together. Oh.
Yeah, man. But
and don't let it be raining.
Oh. And gray skies. Oh yeah, you sleeping? That's sleep medicine.
Gone.
Don't watch no movie.
Oh, don't let it be an old movie you ain't seen. Don't let it be something like The Wiz or something.
Oh no. Yeah, man. But man, Freezy, man, I'm gonna tell you, last night I said I ain't getting on nobody's show. I was so mad, man.
Bro.
I did call something when I was on D's show, and I told him, I said the guy who I'm gonna keep my eye on was Seth Curry. Because I felt that he was gonna cook us, because that dude, I'm gonna tell you what, Seth Curry is a baller. And he's underrated because of what his brother does.
Right.
But if Steph Curry was not in this league, and Seth was in this league, people would be giving Seth more respect than what he gets. But he gets compared, unfortunately, to his brother. But I'm going to tell you, with them New York Knicks last night, I'm going to tell y'all what I seen, fellas. They quit last night.
Hey, Boulevard, you got something playing in the background?
That's me. I'm drinking.
Lee, that's you? You got this?
What's up, Corey? What's up, Boulevard?
What's up? Ron, man. Kelly, what up, baby?
The fellas is in the building.
The 718 boys.
Yeah, man. Them guys quit. They quit last night, man.
Yeah, they laid down
today. That's the worst loss I've watched. And I've been, you know what I mean? I've been with the Knicks, rocking with them since Patrick Ewing. That's the worst loss that this team has ever had, in my opinion, because you've never beaten this team.
Right.
No Kyrie, all the turmoil around that team.
Right.
And we supposedly went out and got the best point guard available in free agency.
I disagree with that, but yes, I understand.
Yeah. You know all the storylines behind this thing.
Yeah.
RJ and the whole situation with, you know what I mean? He trying to make a name for himself. You know, the Knicks had him on the trading block. And I'm going to tell y'all, man, the Knicks quit last night. They quit. The only person who really was doing this thing early on, and it would have been a 40 or 50-point loss, was Julius Randle early on.
You know, Knicks fans going to blame Randle for something, but they're going to blame Randle for that loss.
But I'm going to blame the whole team because they laid down.
Freezy, I'm ready to blame you.
The only person I don't kill in this loss, the only person I don't kill in this loss is Jericho Sims. But everybody else, them boys laid down, man. They laid down, and Freezer is apparent, man, and we talk about this all the time, man. We can't stop that point of attack. You not winning games, man. I don't know how Knicks fans forget when we went out and draft Frank Ntilikina, the bust of all busts for this team.
The bust of all.
Before we got him, we couldn't stop people from getting in the lane.
We couldn't stop
losing in. We've reverted back to that same kind of team. At least last year, we could slow teams down and keep them out of the paint. And Obi Toppin, man, I got to take the training wheels off of Obi, man. I got to get on him too.
How many years he need? How many years he need? You got Seth Curry posted up, and instead of you bully him down into the paint and push him in the bleachers, you take a fadeaway jump shot. Right.
You take a fadeaway jump shot.
Right.
And RJ, I'm gonna tell you, Freezy,
you can't post up Seth Curry.
And RJ Barrett. RJ does not have any offensive creativity.
He a power forward.
You know what RJ gonna do with the ball when he get it? Is I'm gonna dribble through the legs a little bit, man. I'm gonna try to shake my man up to try to get to that left hand to get to that basket. That's his whole game. And you saw him last night on the weak side of the court. He tried a little turnaround jump shot. When he tried it, I said he ain't making that shot. You know why? Because he ain't been doing that all season.
Nope.
And that tells me, I don't know what you've been working on in the offseason. It looks like all you've been working on is free throws. And then last night, you kind of reverted back to being a bad free throw shooter.
4 of 8, 50%.
You reverted back to being a bad shooter last night. So I don't want to hear nobody talk to me but no RJ, man. Right now, Freezy, this team ain't going nowhere fast. And if I'm in that front office, I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to blow it up. I'm telling you right now, I agree with you, man.
If I'm in the front office, I'm brushing up my resume. Because Dolan gonna snap any second.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Leon Rose gonna be like, "Welcome to Waffle House."
And guess what else?
Wow.
Don't think. I don't want people to think we gonna automatically beat Detroit tomorrow night because Detroit is starting to play good too.
Yes,
they're starting to play good.
Yeah, and they physical too.
Sit right there. Sit right there. I know Alex Burke's gonna be looking for some get back tomorrow night.
That's what I'm saying, man. Don't think we're gonna beat them that easily.
And that Duran kid, didn't we trade Duran to them?
Yes.
Okay. Sit right there and think it's a cakewalk tomorrow night. And the guy that they had tunnel vision for in the preseason, I mean in the draft, Jaden Ivey is over there too.
Yes.
Okay. Sit right there and think it's a cakewalk tomorrow night.
If you thought, well, let me read the super chat real quick. Justin DW, thank you for the gents contribution. Justin DW says, which do you rather, ride out the season and look for progress who takes a leap, or trade for a dynamic scorer? If so, then who? Shout out to Boogie Down Brunson. I'll let y'all answer.
I'm gonna tell you what I do
because I'm in wait and see. I don't want to.
It ain't hard to tell. Like Nas said, it ain't hard to tell. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. I'm trading everybody that ain't a young player, and I'm rocking with these young guys that I got to find out about anyway, because we got a bunch of role players and you can't keep all of them. So I'm gonna let this thing rock out with them younger guys. Get rid of Fournier, get rid of Julius. RJ's gone too. I ain't even thinking about RJ. RJ's gone too. And I'm gonna let this thing, and I'm going straight to the draft. I'm going straight to the draft because this is not a quick fix situation. This is not a quick fix situation. And I'm firing Tibbs too.
You can't trade the golden child, Ron. Ron, how you gonna trade the golden child?
You know why? Because it's the same thing I've been seeing since he's been here. This is the same thing. If we being true in our heart and being 100%, but what we've seen from RJ, are we seeing anything different from RJ since he's been here? One could argue that he's regressed because his defense ain't even as good as it was year one.
Oh well. I think my man is right. No lie. I think RJ Barrett, and I don't mean this is no disrespect because I think RJ Barrett is the future of New York Knicks basketball.
Lord
I think RJ Barrett is a shrunken down Julius Randle.
So you're saying they're gonna move him to play the power forward after they trade Julius?
He's a small ball four. Yes, that's what he is. That's why he don't look fluid. Think about the two. Think about what the two guards look like in the NBA today, and then look at RJ Barrett and tell me he is one of them.
Two guards and even the small forward position that they sometimes masquerade him at.
Right.
He's neither one. He's neither one.
Look at the fluid athletes at the small forward position, right? Look at the Mikal Bridges. Look at the Jason Tatums. Look at the Jaylen Browns. Look at the Brandon Ingrams, right?
That ain't RJ. RJ is methodical, slow and methodical.
RJ is stiff.
Yep.
RJ Barrett is a shrunken down Anthony Mason.
Wow. Yeah, I can't argue with you, man. I can't even go against that.
What is okay? Because think about it. If you're not a fluid athlete like a Bradley Beal, right? Or not even as Devin Booker is more athletic than RJ Barrett, right? And he ain't even an athlete. Tyler Hero is more athletic than RJ Barrett, right? Right? So athleticism aside, say if you're not an athlete like a Steph Curry can shoot. Can RJ Barrett make up for his lack of athleticism with shooting ability?
No, and this is the thing. When I look at his game, it ain't one thing that he does great offensively. I mean, he can bully people consistently,
like power forward,
but he doesn't finish around the basket consistently.
Well, you said so RJ's got a power game. RJ's got a power element to it.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot consistently.
Right.
So I'm just calling it like I see it, man. And if I'm in that front office and I've seen enough of Julius Randle, I ain't no knock to Julius Randle because I think Julius Randle still is the best player on this team. But where Julius Randle is at and where this team is at currently, we ain't nowhere close to being no team. We barely competitive, man. The way we look at, we barely competitive. We can beat the sorry teams.
It sounds like you just mad because we lost to Brooklyn.
No.
I'm feeling that. That's what I'm feeling. That's exactly what I'm feeling.
Nah, I'm feeling that too, man.
I'm looking at the body of evidence for me.
You're only as good as your last game.
It was that Brooklyn game that got me feeling like this. But I'm looking at the whole body of evidence. I've watched every Knicks game more than once, except for this last one, and it's ugly to watch. This team beat the sorry teams, but when we play against teams that got that cachet, you may as well go ahead and bet your money at MGM or whatever, because we're gonna lose.
Well,
tell me one team we beat, right? Tell me one team we done beat this season that we weren't expected to beat.
I understand what you listen, Ron. I get it, bro. I get it. Believe me. Yesterday I was sick. I chunked that game off in the middle of the third quarter. Didn't want to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But like I said earlier, I had to fall back and get some perspective. For real. You know what I'm saying? And look at it. You know what I'm saying? Just like you, I break these games down. I watch them over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not ready to hit that button yet. I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been the man over there tinkering with the team right now as we speak, trying to save his job and try to save what's left of the season. We only 11 games in. We got 71 more to go, bro.
Yep.
71. You know what I'm saying? And last night was a horrible, horrible display of basketball. Horrible. Nobody showed up. Nobody heart came. They left it all. They left everything in Minnesota. They left everything they had and left it in Minnesota and waiting on baggage claim to go pick it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm just as pissed as all of you all. You all are, and everybody in the chat and everybody listening, and future listeners. You know, but I'm not ready to just like pack it all in and just say F it.
So
You know
Corey,
what I'm saying?
tell me when enough is going to be enough. When you think it's time to push the button on this thing.
Yo,
and
I'm gonna give. I gotta give them at least 20, 25 games.
That's fair. I'm just telling you that I've already. You know what I mean? Like I mean
that's
ahead and see
bro, I get it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And your opinion is valid. You know what I'm saying? In my younger years, I'd have felt like you. But I gotta still try to give these cats some kind of leeway to grow some as a team in jail. You understand what I'm saying? He blew up the starting lineup. He blew up the starting lineup, you know what I'm saying, 10 games into the season. You know what I'm saying? And then he's trying to bring them back and bring them back in. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna give them another 10 more games and see what they go from there. And if that's the case, then yo, I'm on your bandwagon. Let's blow it up.
Lee,
let's buy everybody.
Let me say I'm gonna disagree with you, and this is why. Not because what you're saying is unreasonable, because what you're saying is reasonable, right? But here's the two reasons why I disagree. For one, by the time you get 25 games into the season, you may not have time to reclaim your season, right? Nip it in the bud early, fix it early, and then move forward. And two, I already seen this movie 3 years in a row. This is the third season in a row. We stumble out of blocks, piddle paddle around, vanilla ice cream. We don't know what we're doing, blase blah. Then at the end of the season, we trying to get hot and make the play in, and then miss a serious playoff spot. The 1 year we got lucky. People talk about the mighty 4 seed, but they forget that we tied for 6th in that year, and we had the tiebreaker over 2 other teams that pushed us up to 4. Right? Remember that? We had a tiebreaker. Remember the ties went all the way across, and at like the 5th tiebreaker, the Knicks won out, right? I think it's like some kind of type of point differential, something, right? That's how we got the 4th seed. You know what I'm saying? And see, the thing I'm getting at is how many times in a row do I have to watch this movie? It's like Groundhog Day, bro. Every year we wonder the same thing at the beginning of the season. Is Tibbs the guy? Go through this point guard struggling 3 years in a row.
RJ starting slow every year, man.
Starting slow. We wondering about Randall. Our big man is hurt. Tell me if you heard this movie before.
That's why I can't. That's why my mindset is where it's at, because exactly what you said. I would be where Corey is at if this team had flipped the script and we brought in a bunch of players that ain't been on this team before. But the fact that these players have been here and been playing together, and this thing is looking the same way, if not worse.
Third year in a row,
worse.
Third different point guard.
I'm not gonna sit around and wait any further. If I'm Leon, I'm gonna go ahead and do something because Leon gonna be in trouble. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. It won't just be Tibbs getting fired. Because see, the problem is when your man ran upstairs being Worldwide West and told on Tibbs, and you brought Tibbs back, don't think Dolan don't remember that conversation.
And don't think Tibbs don't remember that conversation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think none of them forgot that conversation.
Yeah.
But that's why. And hold on a second. And that's why. And that's why he's tinkering with the starting lineup. That's why he's doing.
I agree 100%, Corey.
That's why he's doing this. You don't think this man don't see the writing on the wall?
But you know what though? If it wasn't for Mitch getting hurt, I don't think he would have tinkered with it.
I don't know. I can't speak for that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say you shouldn't, because that's still your opinion.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I'm gonna be optimistic as much as I can. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel y'all, brothers. I feel y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking beyond upset. If I was 20 years younger, 30 years younger, you know what I'm saying? If I'd have walked outside my house, I might have punched somebody's face just for looking at me. That's how mad I was.
Corey, I'm gonna tell you, I could have took that loss last night. I could have took that loss last night if the Knicks didn't quit. Because I understand basketball, your shots ain't gonna always fall. But the one thing that you always supposed to be able to control is your energy, your effort, and your defense.
Right.
And
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
So that's what kept me off of that game.
They definitely quit.
Right.
They quit that game.
Yeah, and that's when I saw in the middle of the third quarter that they weren't even gonna try to put up a fight. You know what I'm saying? When they got that back up to 20, I was like, "What in the hell is going on with you guys, man?"
Yo, what up to the panel? I just want to say, the only person that tried in the third quarter was RJ. For the record, he's the only person that kept trying.
On real, on Dre. Yo, what up, Dre? What up, Dre? Yeah, you right.
He's the only one that actually kept trying.
And
getting the shot punched at the rim.
And guess what, Dre? If I'm Leon, he's the first person I'm taking calls on. Matter of fact, I'm initiating calls.
He might be the only one that has.
RJ?
The only
he's
one.
The
He might
first
be
one
the.
I'm initiating calls. Him and guess who else? And I like this player. I like all these players. They wearing Knicks uniform, man. You know what I mean? I respect them, but I ain't getting attached to them. But I'm gonna tell you who else. I'm calling up somebody for Mitch too.
Whatever's the most valuable asset is probably the way he's like framing it, because Randall doesn't really have much value to other teams, and the optics around the league is what it is. So,
how much time left on that contract
for Randall?
Yeah,
after this year, 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. Is it last year a team option?
Yeah,
so.
I believe so. No, I got to check. I think it's fully guaranteed.
Last year team option. That contract ain't that bad.
I believe it's a team option. Because Leon
contract is the one that's more concerning, because he ain't even started his contract yet. That's next season.
Right.
Yeah, but
no, it's not a team option. It's a player option. It's a player option, which is even worse.
So he got 3 years left?
Yeah. 3 years. If he plays well, he's gonna opt out and try to get more money. But I don't see any team trying to pay him $30 million. So I don't see.
So it's basically 4 years, because it's only 11 games into this year. So it's basically 4 years.
That's another thing. Like my problem with the front office is everybody knows you was looking to try to move Julius Randle this offseason. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go ahead and swallow the pill, man. And go ahead and
trade an asset with it.
Attach to get him going. If you was trying to trade him and nobody wanted to give you what you wanted to get him up out of here, it's clear that you needed to do something else to get him going, because you wanted him gone, and we all know that. We all know that. So that's my problem with the front office, man. We are not bold, man.
Ron, what
this front office is trash.
What do you get in return?
Huh?
What are you getting in return for Randall? Because what's the difference?
I ain't looking at the return, Freezer. All I'm looking at, the major thing that you getting in return for Randall?
Addition by subtraction.
What you getting is the ability to start anew. You're getting the ability to start anew. You're basically saying, hey, we're going in a different direction. We're going to try to run this team differently. We're going to have somebody else different. We're going to try to run this offense through. Or pull what Budenhauser did in Atlanta. Remember, Atlanta ain't had no stars. Everybody knew Atlanta that year when I think they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They weren't going nowhere. But they played as a team. This team don't even play as a team, man. All that ISO basketball, man.
Your turn, my turn.
That has to be. You're not winning games like that.
You can win games like that if you got Kyrie and LeBron, or you got KD and Westbrook in their prime. That's the only way you win the games like that.
You can play ISO some of the time, but that can't be your game. That can't be your game, man. And you're gonna be going home. But you're right. You got to have somebody efficient to do that.
You need complementary players, guys, that make each other better.
Well, we have a bunch of complementary players. We just don't have high level talent.
Yeah,
we have a bunch of.
The complementary
Caesar salads, bro. We got a bunch of Caesar salads, bro.
Yeah, we got a bunch of role players.
Yeah, but how many 0-calorie meals are you gonna get? You ain't gonna build no muscle with 0 calories, man.
I know. That's why you have to look at these cats as if they are house salads, bro. Because
they ain't ham sandwiches. They salads.
And I tell you this, Leon Rose do not do nothing stupid and go bring no AD in here, because that's so Knicks.
No,
that's so Knicks.
He
Can
gonna
I ask y'all a
Antonio
question?
McDice himself over here, man.
Don't bring that dude over here.
Can I ask y'all a question
That
real
dude over
quick?
there, I know I'll
What
turn
do
my
y'all think about
League Pass
SGA?
off. I know I
I
won't
like
watch the Knicks
SGA.
game this season. They bring the gingerbread man away.
I love SGA, bro. I
No, I ain't
love
talking about
SGA.
SGA. I'm talking about
No,
AD.
Boulevard said, what do you think about SGA?
Oh, I
No,
love
I
him.
was just asking to the panel. What do y'all think about SGA?
Yeah, I love SGA.
Man,
He's on
Boulevard. Guess what? If you get him, you know what happens? You ain't got to worry about no more stop and dribble penetration.
Yeah.
You ain't. And guess what? And then he gonna give you the buckets on the other end.
And he's like in the league. He's like league leaders in drives per game, and he's not hyper athletic, but he shoots 50% or more. Like he's like we think Brunson is crafty. This dude is crafty. He is crafty.
And
Like
guess what you get? You get a modern day point guard.
he's
Big.
he's averaging 30, shooting 52% as a guard. That's not like hyper athletic, which is
Man,
crazy.
Freezer, if they pull that off, man, if the Knicks pull off an SGA trade right now in this season,
right?
You talk about an injection to this team.
The way
that's something I wouldn't mind jumping out the window for.
Come on, Corey. Hey, Corey, man, we gonna go drive and go pick him up, man.
The way it's looking,
I'm going with y'all.
I got the gas money, bro.
We gonna go pick him up, man.
Right.
I got the gas money. What's up?
I won't go to sleep to go pick that dude up.
Right. Right. But my thing is though, no, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. When it comes to talent like that, man, it's not the roster's fault. That's the front office's fault.
There you go.
The front office has been unable, has a stark inability, and in my opinion, is flat out scared to acquire superstar talent.
I agree.
Because it's been the running. Man, think about this, Ron. You remember when Ron had a show? I had a show. Everybody in Knicks Universe 2 years ago was on the air, was on YouTube at the trade deadline when we thought we was getting Lonzo Ball. You remember that?
Boy, you bringing back some pain, boy.
Yo, so Lonzo, they don't trade the pick that ends up Quentin Grimes, right? The pick that ended up, was it Quentin Grimes? I think it was either Grimes or the pick that they used.
Yeah, because they traded back and got Grimes in that draft.
Right. The pick that wound up being Grimes or the 19 pick, right? They kept that. So basically, you're saying, what it turned, those two picks turned out to be Cam Reddish and Quentin Grimes. One of those players could have been Lonzo Ball. Now in hindsight, we know Lonzo Ball is injured, right?
Super injury prone.
But at the time, inserting a point guard onto a playoff team, which the Knicks were that year, the Knicks might have had a fighting chance against Atlanta.
The only thing I would say about Lonzo that's an issue, and that I've seen what other fan bases say about him when he plays, in the half court, he loves to default to like the main guy, and we would be seeing a ton of Julius isolation if Lonzo was here. He doesn't take the reins in the half court, unfortunately. He likes to sit around in the corner and let the isolation player beat the isolation player, and he takes the reins in transition. But other than that, he likes to be out of the way.
And you know what I learned though about doing the show? Fan bases complain about everything, bro.
I will say fan bases complain about everything, but it's a common theme where every team that he's gone to that people say that about him.
Dre, Spreezy, y'all, hey, Corey Lee, man, Boulevard, man, the chat. Y'all done messed my head up with that SGA stuff. Because guess what I see if we were to pull off an SGA deal? You get SGA and you can have Brunson play off an SGA. I.e. the same thing they was doing in Dallas with him. He can
and I think that's what he needs.
Exactly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Exactly.
No doubt.
Man, you mess around. They pull that up. That's what they need to be. That's why that DeJounte Murray deal would have been perfect. Same type situation. What? Same type situation.
Ron, I'm down on Brunson, bro. Somebody got to help me up on Brunson, bro.
I believe in him. I believe in Brunson. I do. I believe in him. I believe in
Brunson.
I call him the Brunson burner, and he ain't showed me nothing.
Brunson ain't got no shooters around him, man.
Brunson ain't got no defense.
And no defense.
His 3-point shot needs to be better as well, in my opinion.
So you're saying he's neither 3 or D?
He's just a bucket. He's just a bucket.
He's just a bucket.
He's a bucket when he has an advantage. When it is net neutral, it does not score like that. When he plays against a defensive point guard or a point guard that's not defensive but is tall, Jalen Brunson is neutralized, and you see Tibbs play him on a second unit with Emmanuel quickly to get Brunson into advantageous situations.
Yeah, he's also neutralized if you don't have spacing at the 5 more times than not. If you notice, a lot of the lobs we run come from RJ to our big because it's a little bit harder for Brunson to get the lob over the defense when he runs pick and roll.
I'm here to bro.
But to depend on, I think a major change. I think a major change is coming real soon.
That's just a minor detail that I see. Like we run way more pistol action if you have a guy that can catch a lob with RJ because it's a little bit harder for Brunson to get the lob over the defense.
I'm glad because I actually didn't see that.
I think a major change is going to come before the All-Star game. I think a major change is coming real soon. I think we're going to get the SGA.
Well, hey, Corey, let's speak that thing, man. Let's speak that thing,
man. Off that Sam Cooke record right now. Somebody dust off that Sam Cooke right now and get it playing.
The rumors that I see about SGA is that Toronto really wants him. Toronto wants him bad because he's partially from the area as well. But Masai is really, really huge on him, and he's hinted about him before. And when Masai really wants somebody, he usually gets them. So
unless we get in the way with all them picks we got, because there ain't too many teams that can challenge us other than Utah and
but the thing is, OKC got 1 billion picks. What more picks do they want? They want built-in talent right now.
But you know what though? They steadily build into the draft because I remember hearing the article, watching that article, and they were saying how the SGA don't fit their timeline for what they're trying to do about having to pay him.
That's cool. That's cool for us.
They already paid him though. He already's on the max.
But they were saying that the timeline of that team, where they at and where he's at, and I was like, man, that's crazy because that kid ain't old.
24.
He's 24.
Yeah, he's still young, but but I think it is. What they're trying to do.
19,
I think they're trying to free up that thing for Josh Giddey.
Yeah, they have a point guard behind him, and Josh Giddey's nice.
Josh Giddey.
Wait a minute. Let me slow y'all down. Y'all said they have a point guard and he's nice. Have y'all not seen Trey Mann?
He's more of a scoring guard too, though. But like Giddey's more of a all around playmaker, and Trey is like, I'm gonna get a bucket. You can't stop me from getting a bucket.
You know what's crazy? Y'all know what's crazy? Is all them players we talking about, all 3 of them was drafted by that organization. Yeah. All 3.
And they got a big coming back next year, and they're gonna get a high pick this year.
So it does show that drafting does work, but you got to do that thing the right way. And the one thing I do respect about OKC is OKC try to fool themselves to try to be something they ain't. They know they weren't going nowhere, so they committed to a youth movement. And that's the problem with us. We stuck in the middle. And if you stuck in the middle, that ain't no place to be in sports, man, because you're not good enough. You're not good enough to win, and you're not terrible enough to get a high draft pick.
Right.
Yo, Freezy.
Yo.
I wanted to see if you wanted to play this tweet. It's a video of Masai and what Masai said after they got their high draft pick for Scotty Barnes. I want to see you play that for the chat. It gives you context of what like a competent GM does, or when he puts his foot down and decides what direction he wants his team to go into, what they do.
Give me a split second to.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna say this. You know, the only problem I have with Leon Rose is he's not grasped the position of general manager. He's still playing it from a perspective of a agent.
Hold on, you can play it. Go ahead.
Agree.
I was listening to Lee. Lee, I ain't want to stomp on Lee.
Yeah.
Let me do this real quick. Lee, let me do this real quick, bro.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just do this real quick.
I got it, Joy. I got that.
Let me see. All right.
Last year.
Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
The Tampa tank year. We won. You know why we won? Scotty Barnes. We won. Our whole mindset has to be winning. You have to think about it that way. Last year,
winning is getting talent.
The Tampa
high-end
tank
talent
year.
in the draft. That's what winning is. Remember, they were
We
in
won.
Tampa. Hold on. It's the same club.
You know why we won? Scotty Barnes. We won. Our whole mindset has to be winning. You have to think about it that way.
Right. Yeah, so he basically
Right.
telling you winning is getting the players out of the draft.
Exactly, but
Ain't
if you
nobody
saw,
signing up to go to Toronto as no free agent.
Toronto could have finished at could have finished how we finished last year when we won like 37 games, but they were like, you know what? We gonna pull the plug, and they said, Pascal, don't play no more games. Fred VanVleet, don't play no more games, man. We gonna lose these last 10 or so games.
But Dre, this clip is from last year, and
It
it's
was
referring to the year before.
Yeah, it was referring to the year before. Yeah, When not the bubble year, it was when they had to go to Tampa out of Toronto because they couldn't really because of the COVID protocols.
That was 2020. The year.
With no fans.
Yeah. Not 19.
Yeah,
not
got
20, 19. What was it? Not 18-19, but 19-20. Because we made the playoffs 2021, and then we sucked a dog in 21-22. And here we are again.
And they took they took out like a reason, like they explicitly said, you know what, we're not really gonna compete for nothing. We need high end talent to compete in the NBA, and if we're not getting that and developing that, what are we doing? What are we doing this for?
They realized they weren't going nowhere.
Which is why Masai even pulled the Kawhi trade to begin with. However hard it was, he actually apologized to DeRozan for how hard that trade was on him. But he knew he had to do that trade to win a championship, and it paid off.
He lied. For one, he lied to DeMar DeRozan.
100%, yeah, he lied.
He lied to him that week. DeMar DeRozan was like, "Hey, man, we're gonna run it back," and knowing that he was already talking to the Spurs, he was like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna run it back with you." And what's the other guy they traded to Brooklyn? Remember the guy they traded to Brooklyn to make cap space? The dude with the dreads.
The wing
DeMar
player.
Carroll? I don't know.
Carroll. Yeah.
Was it DeMar Carroll? Okay. Yeah.
Yep, that's him.
I thought Carroll came from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Went there.
Yeah. You remember he was remember Atlanta had him and Taurean Prince.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but he lied to DeMar Carroll to his face and then talked trash about him like he's soft. He is. You ain't see that? You don't remember ESPN showing it? Bro, they had Toronto got out because the text message, he ain't no real N-word, talk about DeMar Carroll and all kind of stuff.
Wow.
Bro, it was crazy, bro.
I'm gonna tell you the one thing.
You got to be cutthroat to win a championship.
One attribute I do like about that cat, man, and I'm gonna throw Golden State. When we think about all these franchises that are balling, they got a common denominator with that front office, man. Their front office ain't afraid to make moves. Golden State, you got Boston.
Golden State traded Harrison Barnes, who won a championship with them.
Not afraid to make moves.
Didn't even blink about it.
With Harrison Barnes, remember?
Didn't even blink.
And crazy thing about it, they went and got Wiggins and got D'Angelo Russell. They didn't have to make them moves, man.
No, they did. They did.
And they traded Wiggins and traded.
Look at the teams that have won championships or been very good franchises. They ain't afraid to make moves, man.
They ain't afraid to make moves.
And we got this guy sitting on his hand. And Corey, I agree 100% with what you said because you hit the nail on the head. We got a guy that's still acting like he's an agent, expecting people to just come to the Knicks, being passive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nah, man, your name don't mean nothing in this arena, man, because you ain't did nothing.
You ain't did nothing. And
until you deliver something of major value, your value to this league, to these players, man, don't mean nothing.
Who said that, Ron? Who said
he may as well go back and be an agent, man.
Who said that in the chat, though? I'm trying to figure out who said it.
Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I said.
We got to give you credit, bro. I think I'm gonna do a joint on that, man. That's an excellent statement you made, bro.
Yeah, Corey, that has to be there, man. That has to be there because that comment you made about that dude still acting like an agent, man. That's a grand slam.
Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's what cost us Donovan Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because I'm gonna explain something to you. Because he was under the assumption that he could just pull up in the middle of a playoff series and then sit there, scout a player,
Scout two players.
Scout both players, which he knew he had one in the bag, and he was, you know what I'm saying, he was flirting with the other.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
But
and
but Lee, how do you scout them in person? You can't scout them on video.
That's my point. But that was my whole point.
Yeah,
they should. Excuse me for a lack of a better way of saying this. They should have shot their asses at the house. Right. Or worst case scenario, send World Wide West over there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, he was hot. He was hot last night in Brooklyn. When that camera came on him,
go ahead.
He was hot. Go ahead. You good?
Yeah, I was saying, can I respond to somebody in the chat? It's Bo Ismail said, "Man, Knicks on the team."
He's talking reckless right now.
The reason why the Cavs relatively quote unquote didn't have to give up much is because they did the tanking route and acquired a bunch of young assets over a course of 3 or 4 years. We never did that. We just re-signed the middling journeyman vet, and we're happy with that instead of
overpaid him.
Yeah,
you talking about Jalen Brunson?
I'm talking about Alec Burks. I'm talking about Noel. I'm talking about.
You said middling vet and overpaid him. I thought you were talking about Jalen Brunson.
Oh, I was talking about journeyman, but I mean, well, after Jalen Brunson gets done here, he might be a journeyman too, because we're where free agents go to die. They get money here.
They look so bad, bro.
Get that last big check before they retire.
Yeah. My bad, Drake.
We had to gut ourselves because we never acquired enough talent, and we never did it the right way. We never just played young players and figured it out as we went along and drafted guys. The Cavs drafted Sexton, which they flipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got in on trades for Jared Allen when they didn't have to, and they got talent for basically nothing out of that deal. Like they were in talent acquisition mode, and we just sat there and watched. Like, our talent acquisition mode is getting Cam Reddish for a first round pick. That's what we do.
And Jay, guess what? To add to your point, but the Cavs, man, do we not realize how long the Cavs was doing that? The minute LeBron hopped on that plane and went to Miami, all them picks they was getting ever since LeBron left, that thing been going on for a while down there.
They did it twice. They did it twice. They did it with the Kyrie turn, and then they came around and did it with Garland and Sexton.
Yep.
They did it twice.
Yeah, we can't even do it properly once.
Can I pose a question to y'all?
Go ahead.
Real quick. If we don't have Tibbs, I hope I ain't loud to y'all on the mic, but if we don't have Tibbs by next year, can we talk about a new coach that's coming in that's going to understand the culture that we want to win and rock with? I mean, I like Tibbs. Like I said last night, I respect him. I like him. But I mean, we gotta start thinking about the future? Are we hitting the panic bucket right now?
And Bully, let me say this to you. Not only am I getting a new coach, I'm saying screw this culture.
Because it ain't one.
It ain't win you nothing. It ain't win you
nothing. We ain't got no culture.
Right.
We don't have no identity.
No disrespect to Bully, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what he's saying.
No, I agree with you. I agree with all of y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I want to bring a dude that's like 36 years old. That kind of know the city a little bit, right? But coming in with some new innovative energy on offense and defense, one that can relate to young players.
Yes,
and listen, and I'm not just talking about the young black players or the young Euro players coming in from cross seas or the young white guys, but a guy that can speak today's language to any young player.
A straight up coach.
Right. A guy that can get the best out of these young guys and can prep them the new school way, not the old school. See what Tibbs is doing. Tibbs has got the young guys coming in. Nick G hit me to this. Tibbs has got the young guys coming in 2 hours before the veterans, right? And practice all the young guys. Then he's got the veterans coming in, right? Then he's got, the team coming in. Then everybody practices as a team. Then he holds the young guys there to do other stuff to kind of fill holes in their game. And then he make them come back to the gym late at night and shoot. Wearing these young guys out, right? Like Michael Jordan did Kwame Brown. You want them to be so good, so bad, that you turning them into busts because you overworking them. Information overload, right? I want a young guy that can come in speak to these vets on in language that they understand. Like, look here, vet. I know you got your check, right? I know you got your check, but the most important thing to us is winning. Now, if you're gonna go out here and be dogging it, knowing that you got your check, I don't care what your name is. I'm gonna snatch you out of this reputation, out of this rotation, and I'm gonna play that young, hungry guy right over there.
So who's on your mind? Who's on your mind? I'm sorry, Uncle Freeze. Who's on your mind? Who's on your mind as a new coach? Like, who's on your mind?
Man, look, right now, who do I? I'll give you an example of how young I'm talking about going. I'm talking about John Shire Young. You know who John Shire is?
Coach at Duke.
The coach at Duke.
Yeah, Duke. Yeah.
I'm talking about that young. I prefer not to get a college guy. I prefer to get a guy a coach that kind of worked his way up from the G League. I'll give you another name. What's his name? The big man coach, the coach at Westchester right now.
The Westchester Knicks?
Yeah. The center, the tall guy.
I know who you're talking about. Oh wow. I know who you're talking about.
Deshaun Jop?
Jop.
Yeah.
Jop.
Yeah, that's him. Yep.
He's 50.
He's coaching Westchester?
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that cat. Didn't he play for Dallas?
He played for Cleveland. He got drafted by Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played for Dallas. He was a journeyman.
Yeah, he was a journeyman, yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about that young, bro. I'm talking younger than that.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm going for.
I'm talking about.
You trying to do the Jeff Van Gundy thing all over? Remember, Jeff Van Gundy got hired.
I like Jerry Stackhouse. I'm sorry.
How old was Jeff Van Gundy hired?
Yeah, but I like Stackhouse. But Stackhouse is about 50. I'm talking about 15 years younger than that, bro.
You want somebody Taylor Jenkins' age?
Yes.
He wants somebody to beat everybody.
Think about Taylor Jenkins that we sleep on, right? Is his ability to communicate what he wants and his ability to motivate cats, right? And here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? This dude has the guy they got this year, Santi Aldama, playing so good that he is a threat to Jaren Jackson. Not that he's a long-term threat to Jaren Jackson, but you know how often, Dre? How often is Jaren Jackson hurt?
All the time.
All the time, right? But you know what happens when you hurt all the time and you see somebody thriving in your job?
They get like valuable minutes. Like, it kind of reminds me of the situation with what was that big that played for the Sixers that they traded out? Like, Euro big that used to shoot a lot of jumpers.
Dario
Saric. He used to play a ton during injuries, and he developed a lot, but he tore his knee up. That kind of screwed up his whole development.
I'm gonna tell y'all
who the center was beside him
at the time.
Yep.
It was Embiid. It was Embiid.
No.
And Noel.
No, it wasn't. It was Rashawn Holmes.
Oh,
because Nerlens Noel.
Rashawn Holmes.
They went to the playoffs. Him and Embiid went to the playoffs, though.
Yeah. No, Rashawn Holmes was the backup when Joel Embiid came back. But remember,
Gotcha.
Joel Embiid is not what you call a picture of health.
Yeah, absolutely not. He missed so many games in his first few years.
Yep. He won Rookie of the Year and only played 50 games.
Now that's ridiculous too.
And Freezy, you know who I'm gonna go get, man. And I don't care about the blowback.
Please don't say old timer, bro. Please don't say old timer.
I don't care about the blowback. I only got like two people to relay my mind, man. I'm going to get Ime.
Yep.
Udoka. And I don't care what
that was on the tip of my tongue.
I don't care what the blowback is with it. I'm gonna go get him. And if I can't get him, you know, I'm gonna tell you where I'm going at, and I don't think she'll leave. You talk about shake up. I'm going to the WNBA, man.
You get
go get Becky Hammond. Period.
She's the highest paid coach out there.
I'm going to get Becky. Becky is a good coach, man. That girl,
for my money, I prefer Dawn Staley. If I'm going that route,
we gotta leave her down here in the Gamecocks, man. We gotta leave her in the Gamecocks.
I ain't gonna front. I'm with Uncle Freezy. I'm gonna get old girl. Yeah, for sure.
You call the name Dawn Staley.
You're right.
And I thought about Hubert Davis, but I said Hubert ain't gonna leave.
He's too old. He's too old, bro. Hubert Davis 55.
But he would be a legacy one that the Knicks ex-player and all that, but I would leave him where he's at. But man, when you call Don Staley,
yeah,
hey, sign me up, man. I'll go drive her right now all the way there. I'll pay for the plane ticket, first class.
And I'll throw another name out there too. That's kind of young. He getting a little older, and it'll probably turn y'all stomach. But I wouldn't mind. And his only hindrance is that the language barrier. But I would go get Pablo Prigioni.
Wow.
Prigioni.
Y'all remember Pablo Prigioni? He's an
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, that's the old Knickerbocker. That's the old Knickerbocker.
Yeah, he's an excellent coach. He is a up and comer, bro. He is a hot name on coaches' lists to be assistants and stuff. One day that dude's gonna be the man. I'm telling you, he's built to be the Knicks head coach right now.
Who you coaching for?
Oh, geez, let me Google him. Let me Google him.
I'm gonna tell you this though, you get anything off that pop tree, man. That's where you need to be going. If you're gonna be popping everything in and bringing them in, any assistants, go see Popovich, man.
Talk about San Antonio.
Everybody that leaves Popovich becomes a good coach in this league, man.
You know what I want to say? Ime Udoka is kind of overrated. Missoula, his two assistant coaches were there the whole time, and they were there before he even got to the Celtics. What's his name was grooming them? What's his name? Brad Stevens.
Drake, can I say
those
this?
two young guys.
Drake,
And
can I say this without
the
being
two
funny?
best teams in the league. Go ahead.
That boy had the finest woman in the world. He made a dumb decision. I don't want him as my coach. I'm going. I'm too proud.
No, I can't take him, bro. So my man coached Brooklyn. He was a Brooklyn Nets assistant in 1819. He is a Timberwolves assistant right now. From 2019 to the present, he's been a Timberwolves assistant. Pablo Prigioni.
We know he know how to play the game the right way too. That was another thing when he played. That man was one of the best
45.
defenders.
He's 45 years old.
He was one of the best defenders on his team, if not the best wing defender, and he was old.
How's your point guard defense right now, though?
Trash.
Horrendous.
Trash. And that's why we're gonna continue to lose, man. I'm gonna tell you, I got a win total no more than 35.
Ooh,
no more than 35.
I was saying 44 7 seed. Not happening.
Why, Dre? Why win 35? If your ceiling is 35, why win 35? Why not just 10?
Hey,
because of our coach. Our coach won't let us.
Leon got decisions made because I think moving day to my man Corey Lee's point. Moving day gonna be around Christmas time, man. Right. We gonna find out if we buyers or sellers, and I'm telling you right now, I don't think we're gonna be buying. I think we're gonna be selling. There's gonna be a lot of things leaving the farm.
Man, this job for Leon Rhodes is a retirement pet project, man. He got a bunch of guys that his friends paid.
He did the same thing Phil did, man. Stealing money, man. He's stealing money. And his situation is worse because he got a lot of nepotism. You got Worldwide West in there with your homeboy. You got Tibbs, your homeboy, as the coach.
Rick Brunson is his homeboy.
Rick Brunson, Daddy. Come on, man. Daddy Brunson on the team, man. This thing is doomed for failure when you think about how it's set up. It's crazy. Then you got the guys as an advisor in the front office who fired Tibbs.
How close were we to getting Masai Ujiri? Like on 2 different occasions, we were close to getting him.
I think they say we was very close.
2 different occasions. Like we probably didn't want to give up assets to get him, but I'm 1,000% sure this franchise would be about facing if that guy was leading the helm over here.
Already, because first of all, he would have already pulled off 2 slick trades. Rip. He'd have been, man, how we get Devin Booker?
I didn't know he was available.
Yeah. He would have already pulled. Hey, how we get Spicy P? Or if we didn't get Spicy P himself, he would have found Spicy P late in the draft, and we'd have had a replica. Because Spicy P is basically Ujiri's Giannis that he couldn't get. You remember how he was trying to get Toronto to trade up in the draft?
Pascal. Everybody was comparing him. His style is very similar to Giannis, and they even ran that team the same way.
And then they turned around and drafted baby Giannis, which is Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
He wanted, and they basically have a team full of just 6'8", 6'9" long wings, which is the modern NBA, of course.
Right. Well, you know, it's two modern NBAs,
Spacing.
three modern NBAs, right? Because you got your guys that are because you're gonna go the Luka route, right? You know, with your playmaking, your playmaking wing / point guard,
Mhm.
and you see it in the Cade Cunninghams, and next year you'll see like the Amen Thompsons and all of them
Yeah.
come in kind of in that mold of Amen
A do
Thompson
it
is
all playmaker that can score, pass, shoot at any
yeah,
time or any point on the court.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
thing is, they surround them with the long wings that can shoot. That's what they do. They
Hey,
surround them with two or three of them.
hey, fellas, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Hey, y'all have at it, man.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
we gonna watch this thing
Peace,
tomorrow
peace,
with
peace.
optimism that we'll win this game, man.
We
But
gonna
we're
win
gonna
that
win
game by
tomorrow. We're gonna
25,
win.
man.
Yeah, we're gonna win
We
tomorrow.
destroy bad teams. It's just we get destroyed by good teams.
Where's the game at? Is it in New York?
I think it's in New York. It's in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the
I'm gonna
city.
tell you
Yeah.
what, we better win this game tomorrow night.
Oh, them Bulls is coming.
Yeah.
We better win this game. Hey,
Now
what?
Tim's gonna be on the Greyhound. He gonna be on the Greyhound right after
If
that.
we
He got
lose
to walk.
this
He
game
got to
tomorrow,
walk
that's
up
gonna
10
be
blocks.
something to talk about.
Right. Bro, if we lose that game tomorrow night, Saturday morning,
Oh, it's a wrap.
Let
It's
let
a
I
risen.
let
It's
let
a
Ivy
risen.
let Ivy drop 28-7 on us and close us out. Let that happen. Oh my God.
Ivy gonna be flying around the garden like Michael Jordan, man. He gonna walk up the block to the 42nd Street at the Port Authority. They go on the first Greyhound back to wherever you came from.
the
The,
first one, bro.
Connecticut.
the thing is, Ivy don't even know how to play the game yet. He just
And that
going
big
by
word.
on first step and
Yeah.
just obliterate dudes first step.
He is like the Michael Vick of rookie basketball players, bro. It's one read and instincts, bro. It's
And
read
then
is one thing and it's all instincts.
you can't stop him. Like once he figures
No,
out how to change pace, good luck, man. Good
bro.
luck.
Hold
I
on, can I
saw
ask you, what weren't we supposed to draft him? Didn't we have him? Wasn't we looking at him?
We might have been able to draft him if we didn't win those meaningless games at the end of last season, starring Alec Burks.
yeah.
So,
And now Alec Burks is his backup.
hey, it's funny how that works.
It's
He's
funny,
teaching him,
bro.
he's giving him the tricks of the trade.
Don't ever do this if you're a Nick. Hey Lee, you said something earlier and I didn't write it down. We were supposed to talk about it today. Talk about it earlier, man. Do you remember what it was?
When you talking about when I spoke to you earlier, you talking about earlier today?
Yeah, when we
No,
was
I
on
was
Nick
talking.
Marjan.
Yeah, I was basically saying I was going into the whole the fact that I'm not ready to cash it all in because it's 11 games.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then I forgot how the conversation went, but you know, a lot of us are bitter. You know what I'm saying about last night, and I don't blame y'all for being
Facts, big
bitter.
bro. Facts, big bro. Facts,
Right.
big bro.
Right.
We are bitter. We are bitter. We lost to some suckers,
Right.
straight
Right.
suckers, man.
Right.
And what the crazy thing is? Earlier yesterday when we were talking, and it's funny how somebody brought up this whole let's get the first coach in for the new head coach, and I'll be GD. It happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They had a fire lit up underneath them to do
Dre said
something
that.
for Jock. Yeah, for Jock Vaughn.
The new coach bump is what Dre called it.
Yeah.
The new coach bump was happening for a minute because they had the worst defense in the league. And then when Jock Vaughn took over, they started capping dudes at 95, 96 points.
Right.
Then they stopped us to 80. So you see that. But that also coincides with Kyrie not playing because Kyrie can't play a lick of defense at all.
He's not interested, bro. He's not interested in playing defense.
His mind is in
He's not
another place.
interested in basketball right now. So let's
Right.
even bring him up. He's on
Let
a
me-
whole political thing.
Let me
And
let me say this to y'all, Lee. Let me throw this out there to you and Bully, and maybe Dre can throw me a life preserver because I legit am over the Jalen Brunson thing already. Okay, so Jalen Brunson has shown me absolutely nothing. Right? Taking a lot of shots doesn't mean you're impactful. Right? Just because you take a lot of shots doesn't mean that you're gonna be the guy, right? I honestly don't see what this dude is bringing so far that's better than what I think Emmanuel Quickly would have bought if Emmanuel Quickly was the starter. And I honestly believe.
Can I go first?
And I honestly believe Dallas offered him 4 for 55 was not just, it wasn't fair. It wasn't a fair offer. But the Knicks paying this dude over $100 million is ridiculous for what he's doing. And my point out is if we're gonna pay a dude 24, 25, 26 million a year, and last night against a dude you probably bumped into Omega scored 20 points on us against our point guard. I can't figure it out. Lee, can you help me understand what's going on with Brunson and why I should be more patient?
I tell you like this. The reason why I say that, because he's been an upgrade from Alfred Payton and Kemba Walker, for one. That's for one. You know, and to the assumption that our point guard position would be steady, but he doesn't fit the profile of what we were expecting for what we, we're not getting what we expected to get. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody coming and being solid, and now I think he's asked her to a whole different thing, and basically lead this franchise into greatness, and he's not that guy, and he's never going to be that guy. You understand what I'm saying? When the whole trade scenario imploded, you know what I'm saying, and we had to go a different route and still rock with what we had, it just, the optimism of him just trying to carry this franchise, with the hope and the expectations. I'm gonna say this. My thing with this young man is that I think he is a solid player. I'm not expecting him to carry the team. I think his leash is too long right now. Tibbs is kind of gave him a long leash, and he's not doing the things that are expected with having a leash that long. You know what I'm saying? You got to pull back in that tether a little bit, and let's try to get more better shots. Slow down on what you're trying to find, and you know what I'm saying, curb your game some, and be more of a point guard instead of like a scoring guard. You know what I'm saying? Because the boy's a winner.
That's who he is, though. I mean, that's who he is. I feel like the players that we have don't mesh with his game, and
yes, I agree.
They just don't. Like, I'm not even gonna like down Randall and make Randall the focal point of everything or the issue, but he isn't necessarily easy to fit around as like a player that knows how to get your own shot.
What so fit into what though?
Like a conducive team that has a consistent hierarchy of who does what.
I will say, I'll challenge you with this.
Yeah.
I'll say this. If the team was constructed of Jalen Brunson, Devin Booker, and Julius Randle, you wouldn't be saying that about Randle.
That's fair.
If it was Jalen Brunson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Julius Randle, you wouldn't be saying that about Julius Randle.
But the thing about that is Julius at his best is still a high usage player. And he's not a great shooter, which is what you want around two guys like that are ball dominant over their players. You need a great shooter that is low maintenance and low usage. And Julius Randle, for better or worse, when he's at his best is when he has the ball a lot. And unfortunately, when he's at his worst, it's also when he has the ball a lot.
I would say this too, right?
I'm on to defer to something. Go ahead, Uncle.
No, go ahead.
When y'all get a chance, I'm gonna speak on it.
No, go ahead, Cook.
Yo, on my opinion, y'all, I'm sorry. I don't. I think old boy hurt. If you ask me,
Brunson.
Yeah, I think he's a little hurt, and I think he's deferring a lot to Julius. Like he's not running that show. He's not running that. Brunson's not running that show, man. Julius is running that show. He out there for the last 3 games, as you can see. He been making them shots. He been doing everything. Brunson ain't been nowhere to be found. I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna front. He has not been nowhere to be found. It's been Julius quickly on the last couple of games, but it's been all Julius. And if we got this dude to run this team, as we finally got a point guard, I'm not saying he's not acting like a point guard, but Julius got a heavy hand on his team. And I'm gonna let y'all rock from there. But that's how I feel right now, really.
I feel that, Boulevard, because if you watch the Nets game, if you were to watch it over, the Nets are happy with letting Julius be the decision maker. They'll give him that.
Wide open, let him do whatever. There was no Brunson.
What they would do is they'd let him get the ball on the perimeter while he's facing the rim. If he goes into the post up, they'll send a double, and then Julius would have to make a decision, and he's not a high IQ decision maker, so he ends up making mistakes or missing the right read or taking a bad ill-advised shot. And it's just like the same mistakes that we've seen from before that most improved year. The only real difference between the most improved year and any of his other years was his defensive effort was a little bit better, and his jumper was automatic.
Dre, you know, I'm gonna bring up the Chris Webber comparison, right?
Chris Webber was a turnover machine as well.
Right.
But his talent, I feel like his talent level was still higher than Julius's. But we're talking about consistency and inconsistency.
But that's based on the eye test, right?
Yeah.
You're saying that Chris Webber is a better NBA player than Julius Randle, and we're basing it on where Chris Webber was drafted and his highlight reel, right?
And the era that he played in. Because I feel like in this era, he would probably function better, in my opinion.
In this era, he's a center.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. In this era, well, how tall was Chris Webber? 6'9"?
9.
6'9".
So it depends. It depends on the arrangement of the lineups, because you know how they be running cat at the 4 now, and he was running 4 a lot of years, and they're running 5.
In this era, he's a center, and he's outdated. I'm telling you.
Can I say this, my guy?
Okay.
I'm sorry, okay. And Corey and Dre, I just want to pose a real question for y'all. Do you don't think, like you talking about Chris Webber right now? Do you don't think that our team is a '90s team? Like we have a '90s team.
Oh yeah,
we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the reason why. First of all, how are we a '90s team and we have 0 defense at point guard?
I mean, we a '90s team
because right about that. Hold on. You're right. Go ahead. But I feel like we had a '90s team in some. I don't know. I feel like I'm living back in 1992 with leaders in the new school and 40 below
freezing
boots on right now.
Freezy, we a '90s team because our point guard is 6'0".
Okay.
90s had them little guards, man.
Yeah. Touche. I would say that, man. As far as that, maybe yes, right. But we don't have the '90s used to have 2 shot blockers on the floor at all times. Do you have 2 shot blockers on the floor at all times now? No.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Right? Do you have a defensive all-world small forward looking to lock down anybody 2 through 4? No. Our small forward is RJ. Come on, bro. RJ.
Maybe we're just as athletic as the '90s teams. That's about it.
Yeah. Travel, I see travel. Peace.
This team is so oddly put together that we're just trying to find a space for them.
Identity. We don't got no identity, man.
So you saying the team is bad built?
Poorly built. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poorly built. Yeah. Because keeping it a buck. I love RJ Barrett. Y'all know this. I say this every show, like 10 times a show. But RJ Barrett, the RJ Barrett is the future of the Knicks. He's the golden child, right? That's why they don't say nothing to him. They don't criticize him. They don't hold him accountable. because he's the future, and I'm cool with that. But RJ Barrett is a small ball 4. That's what he built. That's what he's built like. That's what he moves like.
That's his skill set.
That's his skill set. Yeah, and when you if I ask you what RJ Barrett's offensive style is, the first thing people say is either bully or power. Right? That's what they say. That's why I mentioned the other night that RJ Barrett is a Julius Randle left in the dryer too long.
Julius Randle from last year. For real.
He's fucking that white tee that shrunk.
Yeah.
That bodega white tee.
Corey, I know you be getting mad. Corey, I know you get mad at me sometimes, man, because I be criticizing the Knicks a little bit. I talk to Corey all the time. But I mean, we all got our opinion, but they got to do something, man. They got to shake this crap up, man. They got to really do it, man.
The only way RJ will thrive is if you have a bunch of players that have skill sets that don't mirror their actual size. Like you have a center that can pass, dribble, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like you have but he can really, really shoot, not 20% like Hartenstein, like 40%. You need to pick up the slack and where RJ lacks, and you need to play at a pace and
wide open. Wide open.
That's the only way RJ can thrive. And when you have guys like Randall, they just step on each other's toes.
You know what RJ reminds me of? RJ Barrett is a shrunken down Harrison Barnes.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
I want to say that, but younger Harrison Barnes used to dunk all over people.
No.
Harrison Barnes.
No, I'm talking about right now though. I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about super athletic Harrison Barnes.
Man, broken down Harrison.
Right now, I'm talking about slow mo Harrison Barnes. Yeah, because the same thing happened to Rudy Gay. The same thing happened to Caron Butler. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it happens. I think that's where RJ Barrett just headed. Caron Butler.
What's that boy name? Granger? From Indiana? Granger
had a jumper though.
Yeah.
Like for a minute, it was he played a bit like Melo for a minute, just from the outside. Not like
a 3-year stretch.
Yeah. He played it. Yeah. He was averaging 25 for like a little 3-year stretch.
Yeah, man, he was a bucket, bro.
In a triple threat, getting the mid-range buckets up.
Oh, he used to give us the business. You remember that team? That team of Paul George at the 2, Granger at the 3, David West at the 4, and Roy Hibbert at the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was young Paul George. Like Paul George wasn't actually done growing at that point. He was 6'7" at that point.
Yeah,
he's 6'9" now.
Yeah, and they had Born Ready coming off the bench.
Blowing in people's ears.
Yeah.
Brooklyn finest.
What was the dude from Miami that he called him the baby Michael Jordan? Harry Minor?
Oh yeah, Harry Minor.
Yeah.
Oh
my God. Yo, I remember, man, they used to be so athletic. That Miami team used to be so athletic. They had Billy Owens. Y'all remember Khalid Reeves?
Yes, sir.
Where my basketball heads at? Y'all remember Khalid Reeves?
Y'all
remember Bimbo Coles?
Y'all naming players that I only know from NBA Live 1998 or 1997. Like the hand-me-down PlayStation games that I got. That I was playing PlayStation games on 4 or 5 years off. Like Live 03 was out when I was playing 97.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I played against Billy Owens in high school, man.
Yeah, Billy Owens could do it all, bro.
What?
I bet you.
I played against him in high school. We had a little scrimmage against him. That man dropped 40 and sat for the rest of the game, and we lost by 60.
Billy Owens was Lamar Odom before Lamar Odom, bro.
Yes, he was. 6'8" with it, could do it all.
Could do it.
Dribble, pass, shoot, and it just seemed like when he got to the league, he couldn't find his niche.
He went to the wrong teams.
He went to Golden State.
Yeah,
Golden State was horrible.
That his mentality wasn't just to be a scorer. His mindset was to be a facility, kind of like Ben Simmons without defense. He wanted to do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. I think RJ Barrett is probably a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids version of Walt Williams.
Oh my God!
Bully, you remember Walt Williams?
Yes, I do. Come on, Maryland.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
Maryland, dog. Yeah, of course.
RJ ain't gonna blow by you. RJ Barrett have to be he's got to be the craftiest of all the crafty players, bro.
Nah, but you had him pegged right when you called him. What was my man from Utah? Oh my God, the two guard. We talked about it. He went to the Pistons. Oh my God. Oh, he played with Isaiah and them, and they let him go. What's my man name?
Oh, you talking about what's his name? He went to Dallas, right?
No, not. They traded him, and they had for Mark Aguirre.
Oh, you talking about Adrian Dantley?
Adrian Dantley. Yeah.
But Dantley,
you had him pegged right there, but nobody knows who. None of these cats know who Adrian Dantley is.
Dantley was
that man was a monster. He was a monster.
Yeah, that man was. A cat asked me, who would you prefer, Adrian Dantley or Bernard King? I was like, I don't know.
I'm taking Bernard King.
Didn't Adrian Dantley lead the league in scoring one year or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Him and Ali English. Yep.
And I'm thinking of the Denver teams. Denver teams like Kiki Vandeweghe and other players like that. I'm like, when I go back, like I try to polish up my basketball history here and there, and I look up other teams and interesting statistics and teams of certain eras and certain paces. And I know like the 80s NBA was at a ridiculous pace. So like when we talk about how we play at a high pace now, who's actually faster?
Mark Gilliam.
Mark Gilliam.
And Mark Gilliam. What?
They scored points and didn't shoot the three.
But the thing is, when you were watching the game back then, like NBA defenses are 10 times more complicated now because of the 3-point shot.
And zone defenses.
Yeah.
You can run zone defenses now. Back then, you had to play man to man, and you had to be within 5 feet of your man, or it was a defense.
Illegal defense.
Illegal defense, yeah.
God bless Jalen Brunson for not playing in that era. He would have been getting cooked.
Who Mark Gilliam used to play for? I forgot, y'all.
The Nets.
His name was the Nets. Yeah.
Oh, wow. He was from UNLV.
He was there. Yep, he was there.
Yeah,
he was there a couple of years before. He was a couple of years before. What's my man name?
Aldwin and Johnson, and he was
Yep, Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
He was solid. He was solid. He was a solid power forward.
He was tough
in college. Yeah.
Yeah,
he was walking with the Gumby. He used to have the Gumby slow.
That dude, and Dre, that dude.
Facts.
That dude had guns, bro. You looked at that. I was like, God. I saw him. No lie, and I'm gonna get back on the Knicks, right? But I saw Armand Gilliam foul. What was my man name? I saw him foul. Jeez, I forget. It might have been Albert King or somebody, right? I saw him foul Albert King, and Albert got off the floor. So like, oh, I'm dead. I'm hurt. Mm-hmm. And Armand Gilliam, them teenage laughing or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then he came down and he jumped on Buck Williams' back. And Buck Williams pulled him off his back like one of them dollar store backpacks and held him up in the air like he held Armand Gilliam like this. You touch me again and I'll kill you. And he threw Armand Gilliam on the floor. Bro, Buck Williams was the most intimidating power forward you ever saw. Bro, I'm telling you, I saw what's the center from the Denver Nuggets, the one that had no teeth in the front.
John Ellis.
No, Dan Issel.
Dan Issel, that's what I mean.
I saw
big Dan Issel, yeah, the white boy.
His chest. Waka! And Buck looked at his shirt and tore that jersey off and chased Dan Issel, bro.
And Dan Issel was no slouch neither.
No,
he was a tough
Dan
old dude.
was tough.
He was a tough old dude, man.
Yeah, remember Dan Issel and Kareem was at the jump circle punching each other in the face?
Yep.
You're right. You're right.
Y'all don't know the people. Hey, the young fellas don't know that Kareem knew karate. They ain't know nothing.
Well, yeah.
Y'all better go look at the game of death. You better go look at the game of death.
Put the footprints on Bruce Lee's chest.
Yes.
Man, his foot was bigger than Bruce Lee. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
God.
Yeah, but RJ, comparing RJ to Adrian Dantley, I think that's exactly it. But Adrian Dantley was so crafty.
Much more.
Remember, he would pump fake. He do that Dwayne Wade pump fake, get you in the air and jump into you and live at the line.
Mm-hmm. He had a great mid-range game.
Dwayne Wade pump fake.
Yep.
The one that looks like every Dwayne Wade jumper in history that people fall for.
Every time. When they get a championship.
Yeah, but before I jump out the window, man, and say I'm gonna give him at least 10 more games.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him. I mean, hey, man. Hey, I might be a glutton for punishment.
Now we're gonna be waiting at the finish line.
Hey, Bo, that's a lot of skill RJ got to get, Bo, to be pranked. That's a lot of skill you got to get.
Yeah,
Corey, I agree with you, but man, if they don't do it by my birthday in March, something gonna have to change, man, before that All-Star game come about. I ain't gonna front.
Hey, man, I just want to blow it up, man. Stop wasting my time.
That's my secret. That's my secret dream. That's my secret dream. If you ask Uncle Freezy what he wants, man, start all over from scratch. And I mean everybody,
top to bottom.
Burn it
how
down.
long we gonna keep starting over from scratch? How long we gonna keep
we
doing
never
this?
really actually start from scratch. We always just try to
put a Band-Aid on it. Always
we
put a
try
Band-Aid on everything.
For lack of a better term, we pussyfoot around. Man.
Right.
Basically, we never really go all the way out. We have one really bad year, and then we, oh man, we don't ever want to do this again. So we gonna try to sign some players to build around one guy that's not good enough just yet on his own.
Can I ask a question? What's the key things that we need to do to make a new team? What's the key things that we need to do? Get rid of the front office, get rid of the players that we got, start all over, blow it up. I mean, how we gonna work this?
Remove anyone that's on a contract longer than 2 years immediately.
Yeah. The front office ain't it, bro. You got to start with them. You can't. No.
Yeah, and if the front office is on a deal longer than 2 years, remove them too.
Yeah.
Coaches too.
Y'all laughing though, but that's what the NBA is coming to. They're gonna start this new collective bargaining agreement. Watch our players are not gonna get these long 4 or 5 year deals anymore. They're not gonna get them. They're not gonna get them.
And couple of teams down.
Hey, Dre, and to your point, Dre, like with the starting all over, man. Listen, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. The Knicks always want to start on Oriental Ave. You ever played Monopoly?
Yeah.
They always want to start on. They never want to start on Mediterranean Ave. They always want to start on Oriental Ave, bro.
They never want to build up, and then you get these expensive houses that you can't maintain, and then you just
and then you
wash out and bankrupt.
And mortgaging your play, and then you in the living room watching Sports Center while everybody's still playing. You know what I'm saying? That is
not even Sports Center, Sports Channel, and they ain't even on the network no more.
You remember Sports Channel? Hey, hey Lee, I'm telling you, I love Bully, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's why we the 718 boys.
718 in the house, yo, for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Dre, if you ask me what we need to do, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I think it's as simple as figure out what you want to do as an organization and then start all over from scratch, right? Figure out what you want to do. Like, hey, what we want to do is build this team around defense. Okay, fine. Right? If you want to build a team around defense, right? Now you know that you're going to have to go get modern elite athletes, right? You want to go find your diamonds in the rough, like your Corey Brewers, Stacey Augmans, your Marcus Camby type players. You want to try to find them from everywhere. Excuse me, and build your team around
athletic.
it. Yeah,
like you do that, like you somehow you try to find somebody you think is going to be a centerpiece, one or two of those guys,
right?
And then you flood them with complementary players, modern NBA players.
Philadelphia 76ers, Allen Iverson. If you like that model, that's what you go with. Now, if you say, "Hey, I want to put a system in place and get some of the greatest players ever to play in a system," right? Then you try to find your Kobe Bryants, your Pau Gasols, your Devin Georges, your Jordan Farmars, your Sasha Vucevic's, your Lamar Odoms, your Andrew Bynums. You know what I'm saying? You go try to find your Derek Fishers, then you try to build that way over time, right? But if you want to just run and gun, you want to be not high pace. Because there's a difference between high pace. There's a difference between high pace and tempo and run and gun, right?
The common denominator for basically almost all teams competing right now, you can have a superstar in whatever configuration you want in your superstar. Your superstar could look like Giannis. Your superstar could be Steph. What you need is 3-and-D wings, no matter what. You need wing players that can play defense and shoot.
Right. So which would you prefer, though? I'm asking you.
The more sustainable method is the one or two superstars and the 3-and-D wings.
What type of superstars?
Oh, I'm saying like it could be any type of configuration of a superstar.
Because if you get the number one pick, you have the pick of the litter.
Yeah. So like, what type of? I would prefer a wing superstar.
Would you? Okay, let me ask you this: would you have taken Cade Cunningham or Anthony Edwards?
I would have taken Cade.
You'd have taken Cade, right?
Yeah.
That's your preference, right?
I think it projects long term. He will be able to carry a team,
a franchise.
Yeah, with his skill set.
I watched the Pistons the other night. No lie, hands to the man. I was watching the Pistons the other night, waiting on us us to jump on here, right? Dude was hitting people with passes getting through traffic, and he was hitting people in the hands, and those balls were going out of bounds. No lie. His numbers are gonna suffer because he don't have the talent around him that's ready yet, right? So people be like, "Oh man, Cade's a bust. Cade this. Cade can't shoot. Cade can't rebound. Cade stay hurt. Cade soft. All these different things." But when you watch him play, he can manipulate a defense with body movement.
He shifts defenses with his eyeballs, man.
Yes.
He's damn near like a quarterback out there.
And this dude is what, 20, 21?
Yeah, I think he's 22. He came to the league at like 20.
Already?
Yeah. He was a little bit older in college, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. But man, you take a guy like Cade.
Oh, he's 21. He's 21. He just turned 21 in September.
So you take a guy like Cade, right? And then you want to put another superstar around him, like say a Ben Mathurin.
Yeah.
Right. So you put Cade and Ben Mathurin together, and now the other 13 players, you can find them from anywhere.
Bargain.
Dollar General.
Right. I can go get a Stanley Johnson. What's the power forward in Portland? With the dude from Duke.
Winston. Winslow.
Winslow.
A Kelly Oubre, a Josh Jackson, Frank Ntilikina. I could go grab them and just surround them.
Basically what they do with Luka.
Right. And then go get you 2 or 3 specialists, like dudes that could just shoot. Right, go get you some specialists. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the dude in a Joe Harris? I can go find me a Joe Harris from somewhere. Man, listen. Matter of fact, Memphis has one right now. The Aldama dude.
Yeah.
And they have Jake LaRavia.
So you're saying we don't have to spend $78 million for a guy to shoot threes? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. I just
Oh,
maybe Leon thought something different. But.
right. I'm saying you didn't have to spend $100 million on a point guard that's going to have you at 41 and 41.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I thought that was the only route.
We legit could have tanked last year and come out of that draft with. Think about this. Think about what the team would look like right now if we had a Ben Mathurin.
That would have just closed up a hole. We didn't even have to worry about a wing defender or offensive threat.
Right.
It would have been a supercharged version of what we think of Grimes.
Right. And you know what? And you know what? I would say this. Last year, people said it was a weak draft, right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
No.
Compared to 21 and what's going to happen next year, 23?
The draft that just came by, or the one before that?
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the Trevor Keels draft. They said it was.
don't use that. Don't use that man name and vein like that, man.
But I'm saying but what I would have done this year, instead of trying to get Donovan Mitchell, right, is traded up 5 spots to get Ben Mathurin. You wouldn't have had to trade as much.
We wouldn't have had to trade at all if we would have just stopped playing Alec Burks and Randall after like 15 games.
Dre, facts. I was about to say that. Facts, Dre. I'm sorry.
We would have been right in the range, and if we weren't in the range, we would have been like maybe 7 or 8, and that would have been a lot easier to trade up from 7 or 8 than
trade up
from 11.
Right, to trade up, right, and then because ultimately, even though they say this 2022 draft was weak, which I don't agree. But
super chat freezing.
I see super chat. I put it on the screen already. I just want to finish this one. Yeah. But well, let me. Alfred Griffin, thank you for the generous contribution. Alfred Griffin says we should play Svi Mikhailuk more. I agree with you, bro.
17. That's Jeremy Lin. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. But what I was saying. Back in April, I was saying that we should trade everything to move up to get Ivy and try to get Mathurin also. And
that would have been our backcourt.
Yep. And you know what? And they would have been terrible as a rookie backcourt. Right.
You know what? It's funny. Like when you watch teams like the Cavs, people are like, "Why would they take Garland?" It's a hard reset, man. It don't matter. You in talent acquisition mode. It don't matter if they overlap or play the same position. You go for the best player available.
Yeah. And so what I'm getting at, like this year, we'd have probably won with Mathurin and Ivy as a backcourt. We'd have probably won 20 games. And people would have been mad. Oh man, we only won 20 games.
Why we drafting young people?
But then you go into the draft knowing that you have your backcourt set already with the number 1 pick, looking at
Blue Andy.
And if you think about in that scenario, like right now, if you watch your New York Knicks who are 5 and 6, don't have an identity, we feel like they quitting on the coach. We don't know if the guys on this roster are it or not. And no matter how much faith you have in guys coming together, you have no idea how good or how bad these players are. You just don't. Like if I asked you, what's Obi Toppin's ceiling? You have to speculate. Right?
Like we don't know. We have question marks and we'll never get to the bottom of it.
Right. No,
What's up, Andy?
What's up, Andy?
What's up, Andy?
Is in the building. But my point is, the point I'm getting at is if you made bold moves during the summer, then this summer you could have made the easy moves. Easy.
You would have been making the moves for the complimentary player.
Yeah.
The wily vet that will tutor your guy, which is what Detroit is doing right now, and they're gonna get another young player in the draft while they're working out the kinks with the young guys they have now. While attaching a bunch of veterans. Like Noel is gonna be under Jalen, the little center that they just drafted.
Right.
Burks is gonna be the vet for Ivy and Cade.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna figure it out as they go. The complementary parts.
Right. Right. And Detroit's gonna suck. And you know what's gonna happen?
Detroit's gonna pass us by next year.
They're gonna draft Victor Wembanyama.
Fact.
They're gonna draft Victor W. And they're gonna have the most futuristic team you've ever seen, with a big that can do it all, and a point guard that is totally unselfish and is only driven by winning.
A 6'7" point guard at that. Not a 6 foot point guard. That's a 6'7" point guard that can get his shot at literally any time he wants, but he likes playmaking as well.
Right. Right. And don't forget, and then there's Jaden Ivey.
Just the blur, the downhill blur. He's the wild card for that team.
Yeah, and then Sadiq Bey is turning out to be their Shane Battier.
You know who Sadiq Bey is turning out to be? He's looking kind of like how Mikal Bridges gets him like deployed for the Suns.
Right.
Like Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson.
No, I just want to address Andy real quick. I don't want to trade Randall right now. Yeah, he had 1 or 2 bad games. I want him to step up. I want him to be that leader. I want all of them on the team to be a leader. I don't want to trade him like that, Andy. And you know I mess with you all day, Andy, for sure.
All right.
I don't even want to trade Randall if he's playing bad or good. I just want to trade Randall to just start over. Like I don't even care what he does, man. He is who he is at this point. Like I'm not even I don't even get phased or get upset by what he does. It's like what's this, his 4th year? Like we know what to expect out of him.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna change, man. He's 28, 29. He is what he is at this point.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is though, is this front office is not savvy enough to move Randall no way. So it's not like we're fielding offers. It's not like Julius Randle has value around the league. It's not like this front office can manipulate a team into trading for Randall. Right? We are stuck in the proverbial between a rock and a hard place.
We're in limbo. We're in limbo right now. We're just out there. We're in limbo.
The quite possibly the worst place to be in the NBA.
Right. Right. We are in the worst place to be. The worst place to be is to have money and can't spend it. That's exactly where we are.
I mean, we spend our money on players that aren't needle pushers, unfortunately.
Right, like Jalen Brunson. I mean, think about it. If Jalen Brunson was worth the money, right, wouldn't we be in a more comfortable place as Knicks fans?
We would probably be like, it may not work this season, but if we get another guy, we might be a little bit better. We might be a 4 or 5 seed or something like that. But we're not even anywhere near that.
Right now, we'd at least be 6 and 5. I'm saying we'd at least be 6 and 5 right now with some confidence.
Yeah, like if he's making $100 million, he's got to be good enough to help beat a playoff team, one playoff team out of how many did we lose to? Like 5 or 6. Yeah.
Brooklyn. If Brunson had done what we brought him here to do, we'd have beat Brooklyn, and today's conversation would have been a totally different conversation, right?
Definitely.
But so we live and die with everything Knicks. Every game for us is Game 7.
Facts.
Right, and so the thing is with Knicks fans and Knicks players probably hate it, but it's the reality that we live in.
The thing is, Freezy, like I get really upset and into Knicks games, and then I come on this platform and I don't want to just add on top of it. So that's why I try to give a measured take 9 times out of 10, because if I go anger with anger, it's just gonna be people upset. So it's just you gotta have a balance, I guess.
Yeah. And but the thing is, Knicks fans are not balanced, bro.
Oh, of course not.
Knicks, because the thing is when
We're bipolar.
Yeah, because we've lost for so long. We don't
Big
know.
time bipolar.
Yeah, we don't know what the how they say the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
How do people make that stand?
We all know that.
We think our grass is the greenest, period.
But Knicks fans have never been on the other side to see. We always be stuck in the same rut. People are telling us that the grass is greener on the other side, but we don't know for sure.
I want a young Vanessa Williams on the other side. I'm sorry, Uncle Freezy. I want a young Vanessa Williams on the other side of that grass. Leave that.
Yeah, man. Yo, let me go see for myself.
We could see Miss Parker watering her plants on the other side with her ass.
Facts, Dre. Facts.
We can see
I
it.
want to see Miss Parker.
Looking over the bushes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
I want to see them. I want to see them over there.
Oh God!
Is on the night shift with the crew. What's good, D'Angelo?
Okay.
What up, D'Angelo?
Andy, Allah Wise is in the building.
Peace to the God.
Salute.
Allah Wise says 1 game don't make the season. Where was Boston this time last season with more talent? Yeah, man. But Allah Wise, when we get a Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I'll answer that question. When we have a dude that's a perennial defensive player of the year candidate, I'll answer that question. When we have a front office that's willing to pull off moves like trade for Malcolm Brogdon, I'll answer that question. In the meantime, we have Evan Fournier and Derrick Rose.
We got a bunch of players that are not switchable, and their damn near Boston's entire roster has interchangeable skill sets that can do more than one thing.
Al Horford can play the 4 and 5. Grant Williams can play the 4 and 5, right? Jason Tatum can play the 3 and the 4. Jaylen Brown can play the 2 and the 3, right? RJ Barrett is a power forward masquerading as a 2 guard.
Yo, man, I can't even argue with you, I'm mad right now because I can't argue.
2 out of the 3 centers on this team can't pass or shoot
or
dribble,
or 2 of the 3 centers that we have can't stay on the floor without getting in foul trouble.
That too. We have a point guard that can't.
I'm sorry. How about 3 out of 3? How about 3 out of 3? Yeah.
Yeah. They all fine. All right. We have a point guard that literally can't guard other point guards. That's kind of. We have to like default to putting him on players that are way taller than him, that aren't as explosive because he can't guard his own position.
Yo, Alawai says, "Bring your behind off the leg. It's late. We got another one tomorrow. I'm listening, laughing though. Yeah, nah, man. I'm with you. No, I'm with you. Alawai, I'm with you, bro. What I'm saying though is, you can make a lot of criticisms. You know what I'm saying? When you have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, knowing all it takes is for them to get their mind right and they can carry a franchise. The Knicks don't have a franchise carrier, bro. The Knicks don't have a dude that can carry a franchise for 13, 14, 20 games. Right? We don't have that guy. Right? We just don't.
There's nobody on this team where, like some guys, there is no defense for them. Right. There's a lot of defense for all our guys. There's a lot of there's like remember Jason Tatum just came down, calmly just put up a 3, and there's nothing you could do about it. Nothing. Right. We don't have that.
Hip hop legend Cormega is in the building. He says the Thompson twins would work, bro. If Leon Rose pulled off the Thompson twins, I'm giving him a lifetime contract, no paperwork.
Sure.
If he pulled off the Thompson twins, bro, if the Thompson twins are as advertised and Leon Rose pulled that off, I'm giving him a lifetime contract, no paperwork. his kind. I'm gonna dap him up. That's a
He getting a
lifetime.
statue outside the garden.
Boom. And Alawan says I'm tight too, but I'm being positive. Yeah, hey, bro. And listen, I want to be positive too. I want to be positive, man. I do. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not really drawing a conclusion on this season. I'm just letting this thing play out. I was merely asked what somebody. So basically, somebody said, "Uncle Freezy, what would you do to fix this problem?" I just laid it out. As far as the season goes, man, I'm cool with however it go. I ain't ready to, you know what I'm saying, jump out the window. I ain't ready to dive in no ashtray, bro. It's just the thing about it is watching this thing play out in slow motion can drive people mad.
Insane.
You just heard Corey Lee and Ron Cleveland in the same night say they were mad.
Say hiring Kev as a consultant.
Yo, why you BSing?
I don't know about that, D'Angelo, because we might have Kevin Knox on a Supermax. So I don't know about that.
I'm gonna say this, yo. If this doesn't work out, my man needs to go get a consulting firm to find him a general manager.
Right.
We need to literally give up a draft pick to get a good general manager. That's what we should have did. We should have just paid the fee for Masai when he was on Denver and just get it up out the way.
Yeah, but you know what though, Dre? Here's the thing. I think we have too many Chiefs and not enough Indians.
Facts.
Too many
people.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes. Too many people. Too many people have access to offer their opinion and let it be. Not say be heard, but more so to where it's almost stamped and approved.
Yeah, because Leon himself says he really isn't like completely hands on, but he has like a bunch of guys that have prior GM experience.
But Dre,
or
listen,
front office experience.
If he's not completely hands on, what is he doing?
Attempting to be a ringleader. Attempting.
Ain't the main job is to put a winner on a championship team on the floor?
I wish my GM understood basketball. That's what I want. Like I want a GM that understand, like can watch a game and can see visibly what's wrong.
But
I think they listen too much to Tibbs.
Tibbs, you mean the Tibbs, the GM that got fired from the Wolves? That guy?
Yep, that Tibbs.
Oh,
and if they ain't careful, if they're not careful,
good point, Dre. Good point.
Leon Rose is gonna. James Dolan is gonna fire all of them and keep Tibbs and bring Tibbs up there.
Oh Jesus!
Hey, look, man. Tibbs can get a little concentration role when we fire him, but I do not want to see him in this front office. He can give his little 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? But he cannot be in that front office, man. He is bad luck.
Bro, think about all the voices that are up there, right? Worldwide West, Gerson Rosas, Scott Perry, Walt Perrin, Brock Aller. And that's already too many voices, bro. Tim Hardaway.
Brock Aller is the only one up there with some damn sense. Okay.
But Brock Aller has done nothing without LeBron. What has Brock Aller done without LeBron?
I guess he's like a very good capologist. That's it. That's about it.
Right.
And he had to be a great capologist because LeBron was just forcing his way to put everyone with a terrible contract on that cast. At the same time. So I mean, he did a hell of a job figuring that out. But he also gave Kevin Love that contract. So
yes, and Tristan Thompson.
Oh, and J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith J.R. Smith as well.
Oh, yeah. All those bad contracts, bro. And they didn't develop Chetty Osman.
The funny thing about Chetty Osman, like he would have pictures next to like all NBA players. It would be him KD, LeBron in the same photo.
Right.
Like, why? Why are you here? One of these players do not match.
One of these players does not belong.
What's that from? Sesame Street?
It's
That's
Sesame
from
Street.
Sesame Street right there all
This
day.
kid is doing his own thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh God.
We
Golly.
a year away from being 3 more years away. That's where we at.
Basically.
So close, but so far. So close to so far.
So what happened tonight versus Detroit?
Well, who play? The Pistons play tonight.
The Knicks play the Pistons tonight.
Well, okay. What's going to happen? I already forgot that it's the next day already.
Yeah, man.
We're probably gonna win by 15, something like that. Probably start slow and then
Hold on. If we get blown out tomorrow, I mean, what?
Somebody getting fired. Somebody getting fired.
Yeah, somebody got to go, yo. For real.
I don't.
Somebody got to go.
I don't believe we're going to lose tomorrow because we just beat up on teams that aren't like just lesser. You know what I'm saying? Like not from a talent standpoint, but discipline and experience. We just beat up on teams like that.
Right. And I'm gonna say this also, man. A moral victory is not good enough. So tonight, if we win by 3, if say if Brunson hits a 3-pointer at the buzzer to win it, that's not good enough.
So like that Charlotte win, we thought it was something, but then looking back at it, it really was nothing.
It was nothing.
Their whole starting backcourt was out, amongst other injuries.
Yeah,
and then and Brunson was so bad on defense that Dennis Smith Jr. was killing us.
And we didn't notice it at the time. We just thought Dennis Smith Jr. was hot. Remember? We didn't know. We didn't know Brunson was terrible because it was so early.
Oh man!
Bully, hey, Bully, watch this. Watch this, Bully. But there are some of us in his fan base that need to see 15 more atrocious games of Daniel Brunson's defense.
Hey, it's cool. It's cool. Nah, it's cool. Nah, shoot. I take him. I give him just like I take him. I take him just like I give him. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I can't finish the rest of that part of that statement, but you know what the hell, man. I got to try to be optimistic, man. I've been doing this too long, man. I've been doing this too long. Been a Knicks fan for so long.
I don't want to be. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just like Jesse Jackson. Keep hope alive.
I don't want to be the necessarily extremely toxic guy, but a loss would expedite the process. Yeah. Just saying. That would actually speed up things.
A loss would throw this firing in the microwave.
It would be like putting bread in the microwave.
Oh my God! You talking about a hockey puck?
Oh man, I'm just. But what do you think is going to actually happen in the game tonight, Freezy?
So what I think will happen is Detroit will jump out on us early and try to establish something. We'll fend them off and then blow them out the gym. That's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to be on the live streams like, oh my God, it's this again, and blah, blah, blah. And then once somebody will get hot, it'll probably be RJ or Brunson. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping it's Cam, but you know, things are what they are. You know, you never can tell. It's the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking it's going to be one of those somebody. It might be IQ and Obi, right? You never know.
Let me look at the Pistons roster and tell you the random power forward that's going to kill us tonight. Hold on. Marvin Bagley is not back yet, so it can't be him. Bogdan Bogdanovic might give us a clean little 22 piece.
Yeah, he'll give us 20 something. Yeah.
He'll give us 22 on like 5 for 6 from 3.
You know who I'm afraid of, and this is gonna make you laugh. Hamidou Diallo.
Oh my God!
If you remember the OKC games over the last 3 years or the past seasons,
He shows out in New York when he comes to
Yes.
New York because he's from Harlem, I think, right?
Yes.
Like some Queens.
Oh, he's from Queens.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I saw them playing OKC might have been this week. And people forget that SGA and Hamidou Diallo was a backcourt at Kentucky with Kevin Knox.
And they were spoon feeding Kevin Knox off them down picks.
Kevin Knox is a Detroit Piston right now. Ray, that power forward off the bench that might kill us
might be him.
Named Kevin Knox.
Oh my God!
We might see a special appearance of Hoodie Cam tomorrow night.
Yeah, we might. I talked to him earlier because I saw Wakanda Forever, and I called him to let him know. You know what I'm saying? What they expect.
Was it dope?
It's a very classy movie, bro. Very, very classy. Very classy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give nothing away.
Nah, don't go. You good.
But the new Black Panther is going to surprise you.
Oh, I already know who it is.
No, you don't. I guarantee you don't, bro. I guarantee you, unless you've been on YouTube looking at spoilers, you have no idea who the new Black Panther is.
Wow.
Because I was telling Miss Mocha, my wife was with me. I'm so obnoxious in the movies, right? I was like, "Hey, Mocha, hold this popcorn." She's like, "No." I'm trying to get to see. I'm a big dude, man. Tall dudes in the movie theater, bro. It's kind of weird, but anyway. I'm like, man, if they
is it canon or not canon? Because there's been a bunch of Black Panthers over the years in the comics.
Yeah, but I'm joking.
You can't answer that.
I don't know. I don't want to give it away. That's why.
Right.
But the big thing is I know where you're going with it. You could figure it out if I told you. Right? but I was looking at Mo. I'm like, man, if Angela Bassett squeezed them thighs in that cat suit, and she's like, "Man, you're so crazy." Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes.
Let me tell you something about Angela Bassett makes 60 look so great.
Yes.
Between her and Sade Adu, I don't know which one. Oh my God.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. And she is in immaculate shape in this movie, bro. Immaculate.
I mean, she been in immaculate shape since the
80s. Yeah.
So she was Trey Mama.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, when you see her I can't give it away, but no, you do not know who the new Black Panther is, bro. I promise you. I promise you don't know who it is. I'm almost willing to bet bread on it unless you've been on YouTube, because they put the spoilers out on YouTube. I already saw the spoilers. Yeah, I watched the movie. I came home and they was already on YouTube giving the movie away.
Oh right? My God!
But yo, all I'm gonna say is when you go see it, bro, you're gonna be like, what? That's why such and such. Okay, I got it. I'm thinking about going to see it again today, bro.
Damn, that good? Was it a 2.5 hour or something like that?
Long as hell, but the time fly by, bro.
Yeah, good cinema does that.
Yeah, the movie long as hell. I'm like,
I already saw it.
Like 2:45, 2:47. Shit, I gotta take me a nap, man. When you get to a certain age, you be like, you'll doze off of anything. You'll be talking. You be at the barbershop. You're like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Black Panther, bro. It kind of flew by, bro. It wasn't a bad movie. It was decent. It was mad classy too. Mad classy. But there's some twists in it that you're gonna be like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming.
Can I say one thing? I got mixed emotions about the whole movie, and I didn't like what they did with old baby girl. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't like it. But
which one?
It was a good movie.
Which one?
You saw the movie.
Angela Bassett.
Oh, you saw it already?
I saw it. I saw it the other day.
Okay.
In its entirety, the whole thing.
Okay. So yeah, so when I tell them they not gonna know who the real Black Panther is, you know what I'm talking about.
I sure do. Yes, I do.
Them the yeah. Well,
I ain't
yeah.
gonna talk it. I ain't gonna talk it until
Yeah,
y'all see it.
we gotta let them. Yeah, we gotta let them. Yeah, we gotta let them see it, bro. We gotta let them see that because Dre, when you gonna be like,
I ain't gonna front. I was mad. I was mad. I ain't gonna lie. I was mad. I was mad. My emotions was up high. I'm sorry for the feedback because I took my earplugs out. But I was mad at them. I was emotionally mad because they stacked on stack, and it could have been explained different ways, but they did what they had to do and whatnot. And if you see it again and again, you probably understand. But I didn't like what they did with old girl. No, I didn't.
yeah, but based on the end of the movie, when you look back to the middle, you like, that's why. You know what I'm saying? When you
Facts,
look
facts, facts.
at the very end of the movie, you're like, oh, that's why that happened in the middle of the movie. Okay.
But what
Yeah.
I would say, Uncle Freezy and to Corey and to Dre, I mean, if we could talk about that movie differently besides sports and whatnot, it's an agenda that's going on right now that I'm not feeling. But at the end of the day, I understand it's cinematic movies and whatnot, but it's an agenda behind a lot of that stuff right there. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff going on, especially Disney movies.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a Disney movie, so when you say agenda, I kind of already figured what you were talking about.
There was some Disney stuff going on where you like,
It's like, was that necessary?
was it
It's not
crammed,
necessary.
was it crammed in there to push an agenda? Yes. But
That's it.
Yeah, man. Y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna wrap up, man, so I can. I'm gonna try. Yo, these late nights, bro. I be going in the room, and I be like, yeah, I'm gonna get up at 9 o'clock and do the KMD, and then I wake up, gotta work, but like a bunch of emails. I'm like, oh shoot, let me get through these boys. And then it's tomorrow. Today is Friday, so everybody trying to get this stuff done before the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I'm sorry, Uncle Freezy. Real quick before I get off, Corey know what's up. Yo, I work for a little agency up here in New York City, man. I'm glad for the days that I've been off. You don't even understand. I've been glad for the days I've been off, dog, and whatnot. Yo, I love watching. Yo, Uncle Freezy, you are a hard-working dude. You be up there all night long, kid, and I love it for sure. And whatnot. You do your thing. You do your due diligence. And Dre, good meeting you. Corey, you already know what it is. But Dre, yo, you be having your perspective on point, and I love that shit, man. For real.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Eventually, we'll get some graphics, and I have OBS up and running. My only deal is with OBS. You know what I'm saying? I don't like flipping between scenes. Like if somebody joined the chat, the conversation, then I gotta change things around in OBS or have you know what I'm saying? And so, and with that, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
C-Mac is funny. You see what C-Mac put in the shit.
Yeah, man.
The Polish Panther. That's actually funny.
Yeah, that's yeah, man. Oh, but before I get out of here, before we wrap up, bro. I just want to say to Knicks fans, man, listen, we still got to stay positive, bro. We got to stay positive, man. We got to allow this season to play out and allow these processes, allow these cats to develop chemistry and synergy together. You know what I'm saying? Get some time on the court playing together. You know what I'm saying? The only thing though is Knicks family watching. It's frustrating watching the same scenario play out year after year after year. It's predictable. That's why a lot of people fly off the handle because they already seen this movie 1,000 times.
Doing insanity, definition of insanity.
Yes. So if you're a Knicks player, bro, if you're a Knicks player and you don't want people to criticize you, break the cycle.
Listen.
You know
Tune in.
Yeah, man. Break the cycle. If you don't like us, talking that ish about you, break the cycle, man. It's as simple as that. And if breaking the cycle don't interest you, give your jersey back and go play somewhere else. Because we tired.
Go to Europe.
Yeah, we tired of losers, man. We tired of losers, bro. But on that note, man, we're gonna get out of here, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Man, it's been a long day. And there's probably, trust me, it's gonna be a long night tonight because we're gonna do the Knicks morning drive, then we're gonna do the watch along, and then we're gonna do another Knicks at night podcast. So it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Man, appreciate that, man. We'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.
Peace.